in Highland Park here in Shreveport, Louisiana, at round 3 of our UTV Rally Raid Series that we're actually running this year. Last round was kind of rough for us with the mud and water. We actually did a little work and a lot of preparation for this race. Got a hold of the Hess, and they hooked us up with a really sweet radiator system to relocate the bed of air to kind of avoid, having the same overheating issues. Really about the only thing we've actually found wrong with the car so far, as the kind of racing we do. We're just gonna kind of walk around the car and show you a few things we've actually done with it. Just kind of starts since we're talking about the overheating issues. We'll start with this Hess system right here. Really simple install, went really well. Super clean, great product. And the cooling capacity of this thing is just absolutely incredible. It literally takes about 10 to 15 seconds to actually drop this thing about 30 degrees when the fans kick on. It's a super thick deal, especially for you guys that's running a cross country deal, because we all know if we leave the radiator in the front, unfortunately we had this issue with overheating and trying to stay competitive. Our buddies at S3 hooked us up with a really sweet cage as soon as we got the car and sent it to us, and we kind of had doing little finishing touches, mounted the roof, mounted our switch panel, mounted all of our lights and everything. Super stoked, to have such a nice piece on the car. We step around, we got these, Douglas has really been really good to us this year as well, hooking us up with some really nice wheels, and our sponsors as far as with GBC, the tires. I mean, these Dirt Commanders have been an incredible tire on this car, and we keep going around, round and round, without having these tires as reliable as they've been to us. All right, guys, and can't leave out our suspension tuning. This is something that we've spent a lot of time and put a whole lot of pride in, and this is actually one of the main things that actually makes our cars work so well. These are the factory Fox shocks that we've actually pretty much changed everything you can think of, tweaking and turning on them, and really starting to come up with something we're really happy with. The drivers are really comfortable in the car. The car looks good, super flat, running across the jumps. Just like everything else, it's a learning curve, and we're actually getting there, a whole lot quicker, especially with the help of Keith Little and Marty Hart. With all the time they've been spending with us and helping us, get this in tune, with the feedback, just being there for us and helping us out. As most of you guys with Yamaha are seeing, we got this nice little sway bar right here. This is actually something that George White actually developed for this car with help from a few of our friends with machine shops and stuff. This thing has been game changer for the way this car handles, and we can throw it into turns and really drive out. By far, other than the shocks, this is probably the most important modification and upgrade you can actually do to this car. Just because of maneuverability and actually being able to pitch the weight and everything and all. Also, we opted to go with the Graves horsepower, upgrades and all on the car. We went with their pipe and their simple fuel programmer for the time. It's been going really well for us. Really nice product. So this is something we spent a lot of time with, trying to keep all this nice and clean and nice and tight. Mostly to keep it simple, not as having many problems. So what we actually opted to do on this car, being we run all the light bars and radios and heavy duty fans and stuff like that, we decided to go with the factory Yamaha battery splitter kit. Hooked it up just the way they said. It's worked flawlessly. The only thing we've done different is that we actually went with the lithium battery, just to save for weight. You might see it's mounted right here in the top. It's right here, all out of the way. All of our grounds and all of our hot hookups and relays and all, it's right here in this one area. So that way, if we have an electrical issue, we don't have to go searching all over the car. Everything's right there and condensed. We'll step over to the inside of the car. Safety is very important to us, with us racing. Not as much just for the rules, but actually keeping the driver safe in the car. We actually opted to go with an aluminum seat in this car. Kind of hard to see, but we actually did a lot of, mounted the brackets and everything on this deal so it could be fully adjustable and actually more solid and safe than what we'd had in our previous cars, previous rounds, and previous years. Also talking about Hess, we've also got the Hess steering quickener in the car. Super nice product. The just having to cut down on the fatigue of the drivers, having to saw back and forth on the wheels. I mean, you basically locked a lot and hardly ever had to use, you lose your grip on the steering wheel. So that keeps you safer in the car as well. Also, we've got this nice rugged radio system in the car. Rugged has been super nice to us and helpful and very supportive with the technical stuff on the car. We've had a couple of bumps and bruises and met them at the Mint, and they just straightened us out and got us going right. And of course, we're going to step around here to the front. We actually went with the Yamaha Halo light bars, which you can see right now they're taped up as far as race prep, for the first half of our race today. That way when we come in the pit and swap drivers with Keith, all we got to do is snatch tape, they're clean, we're ready to rock and roll through the 2 hours of the night. Greg really hooked us up with a really nice front bumper on this car. We wanted something sweet to the point. Didn't really want nothing flashy, but something really solid. And Greg gives us exactly what we want. We want to thank him for building that bumper for us. When I built this car, I built it to be comfortable around my drivers. I didn't want them to have to be stretching and be reaching for switches and struggling trying to reach everything in the car. So what we done, we actually mounted all 4 of the switches for our siren, our light bars, and even our chase light. We mounted all that up here at top, so when they're driving, their hands are free and they can flip and do whatever they got to do, and be more control of the car, having hands on the steering wheel and stuff. All right, guys, thanks for checking us out, and I hope you enjoyed the little walk around of the car and a little bit of information. Hope to talk to you guys a little bit later date.